going up? What's going on, fellow Pantheoners? How's everybody out there doing this evening? Hope you guys are all well. It's been a long week as far as if you're a Black Panther fan, it's been a long week. So we are going to, you've heard what I thought about it. You've heard what Chill thought about it on his individual channel. Marcus,
right?
You haven't gotten a chance to individually talk about it yet.
Not yet.
On your channel. Okay. So you guys have heard what we've had to say. Marcus will chime in today on here, and then we'll jump into some other things, and we'll open the lines a little bit for you guys to come in and say what you guys think about this distraction. And then we'll talk about a few other things. I think what's else on the docket, we'll talk about the Jake Paul, Mike Tyson fight that is tomorrow night. We will talk about The Rock and his career, Julius Onah being fired, which I figured. I ain't seen that brother nowhere. And then if there's some other things, loose things that might pop up, we'll talk about those too. Before we get into all of that, Marcus, how have you been since last time we saw you?
Doing well. Doing all right, man. Still up. So that's a positive. How's everybody else? Chill, how you doing?
Overall up. Like what happened on Monday was we got the hashtag to trend. We've got a lot of like waves. We've got retweeted enough times. We had the Denzel Washington distraction that we forced. And you can't tell me otherwise. We're the reason why.
If anything felt like a direct response, that definitely felt like it. So initially, right? Obviously, Monday went how it went. Another day of making Recast T'Challa trend on Twitter.
We're 2 for 2. We're like Jordan. It's coming.
2 for 2.
Six is coming.
It's something crazy to be able to call it, right? Like that is something, because I mean that lets you know that there's a pretty loyal audience to whatever the cause is. In terms of what I deem also is as a response with the Denzel news, with the Denzel drop.
That's right. The response. That's right.
That's what it felt like. And so my response on Twitter was, hey, listen, Denzel. Well, first of all, my knee-jerk reaction before I even got on Twitter was, this is what you should have done for Wakanda Forever. This is how you should have handled Wakanda Forever. Why not use the Denzel bomb when you want to fill a hole, when you want to fill a void, when you want to distract and you don't necessarily want to go back to T'Challa? This is what you should have done for Wakanda Forever. That was my first reaction. Second reaction was, Denzel, my brother in Christ, please don't do this. Like reconsider, bro, because for whatever is being written for him, I'm sure whatever it is, it's attractive enough, obviously, to attract a name like Denzel Washington. Will it last? Will it have a lasting impact in the MCU? Will we ever see that character beyond whatever movie Ryan Coogler puts him in? Is it going to assist us getting back to what this franchise should be, which is, highlighting its title character? No, on all of those fronts. I don't know if it would be a stain on his legacy necessarily to have like his first major superhero brand name title flop.
That's not a stain.
It's not a stain, but it's also not something that you want to rack up. You know what I'm saying? He has a pretty impeccable record. He's got some stinkers on there, but not a lot. There's not a laundry list of Denzel Washington fails. So it's not something that you want to start making a habit of in your old age. And then on top of that, I am just tired of having some of the best black actors available in Hollywood going for naught in the MCU. And it's not all Ryan Coogler, because,
let's go through this. Who did Lawrence Fishburne play?
He played Goliath, and he's nothing.
He's like what? Not even number 10 on the casting.
Yeah, like nothing.
Oh, but check it out. Giancarlo Esposito, he's in the MCU.
Side spinner or sidewinder, whatever the hell.
Hold on. Idris Elba's talent, he is in the MCU.
Idris Elba is in the MCU as Heimdall. He's a race swap. He's Heimdall, and he was Thor's best friend, and he was in the movies for like 15 minutes his entire time in the MCU. Thor's best.
He's got the same amount of screen time as T.I.
Child. What's up?
He's on the same level as T.I. Like, that's how much attention and screen time he's getting.
I mean, basically. Hell, the one dude, the guy who's always telling the stories, the Hispanic dude, Luis, he's got more screen time than Heimdall.
He might.
I put some money down on that for sure. Who else? Let's keep going. I like this game.
Oh, Fishburne. Oh, we got Samuel L. Jackson. He's somewhat significant.
Samuel L. Jackson. I mean, we know it. I mean, he's been around, but we know what his list is. They had Forrest Whitaker. He died. I mean, what did he? Why did Zuri need to die? You know what I mean? Not to mention Angela Bassett. Not to mention Sterling K. Brown, which was a made-up character, not even a canonized character, and he had to die you know, at the hands of his own brother. The more you just start talking about these characters, the more you realize, like, they not gonna get Denzel. Like, listen, bro, listen to what we just named: Angela Bassett, Forrest Whitaker, Antoine Candy, Sterling K. Brown, Michael B. Jordan, Lawrence Fishburne,
Daniel Kaluuya.
I mean, he's in the sunken place somewhere in the MCU. He'd never be seen from again.
Right. But Michael B. Jordan did have a good showing, and Chadwick Boseman, you know, unfortunately.
No, there were a lot of good performances over those. I'm not downing the performances. I'm glad they were there. I'm saying, what lasting impact did they leave? Are they even still around, most of them, to have a story to carry on? And I'm supposed to believe that one of the foremost writers at that forefront is going to deal with Denzel with the utmost care. Like, look what he just did with Angela Bassett. Look what at her protest too, at her behest, or not at her behest, but against against her protest.
Marcus just be using words he doesn't understand the meaning.
No, I understand them all. That's why I get myself in and out of them. Chill out. But it's just like, I don't understand the faith, to be honest with you. This has to, in my mind, like, I'm trying to play some 3D chess here. Like, why does this make sense for Denzel to be one of his last roles? Like, listen to the stuff that he was naming in that interview. I'm gonna do Hannibal. I'm gonna do King Lear. I'm gonna play Othello again, and then Ryan Coogler's writing me something for Black Panther. But one of those is not like the other.
No, you said it. Antoine Fuqua, director. Ryan Coogler, director. Steve McQueen. He's going director hopping.
Yeah, no, and that's fine. I love that he's keeping it black. I'm just saying, in all of those premises, Hannibal, King Lear, a Steve McQueen movie, and some sure to be throwaway character in Black Panther 3. One of those things is not like the other. So why could this be a foot in the door for a certain relative to actually replace Chadwick Boseman? Right? We all know that there was that very close-knit relationship between Boseman and Denzel. If ever there was someone who they wouldn't be able to say, well, we just can't see you. Well, you're not going to say that to Denzel and his family. You're not going to say that to Denzel and his lineage. You're not going to put that, we just can't see you take over the role to the Washingtons. I don't think that plays as well. I don't think that sticks. I don't think you have as much concern from the general fan base about your feelings when it's John David Washington that wants to reprise the role. Maybe Denzel is playing some LeBron games for his kid, since that's what we're doing. I'm just saying, let me go ahead and here. I'll play Bashanga if you let my son be the next Black Panther. If you let him beat T'Challa.
That's what a lot of people think right now.
That would mean you think that T'Challa is being recast, and I don't think that's happening.
Well, I mean, I'm trying to make it make sense for it was a lot of shit that was said in this interview that kind of made my head spin a bit, but I don't understand why this would need to be one of the things at your forefront. Like, why would you take this? What could have been the premise that he offered you? Because also Denzel, you crazy. Denzel is also one of those old school black nuclear family type of black men. You know what I'm saying? He's like, oh, the problem with the black community is the fathers type guys. So like, I don't understand how he can look at what's going on with the franchise right now and be like, oh yeah, put me into that. So it would, I'm not putting two and two together right now. There's a lot of things that don't make sense about this pairing.
Well, there's 2 and 2 I'm putting together. Mike goes, where's my chill membership? Restore my chill membership, dog. Pay the $1 and you could be a chill member. And then in comes Steve with gifting 5 Chillmonger memberships. We appreciate you. Appreciate that, Steve. And I appreciate you, Darius, for stream sharing this to my audience. I didn't ask you to do that, but you did. Appreciate that. Now I got memberships. Now I got to do a members video. Probably talking about Recast T'Challa Trending Day, giving you the inside scoop and the behind the scenes. Look out for that for chill members. To Denzel Washington. Okay. John David, I'll take him. I'll take anyone. I don't care who it is. It's called acting. And once I see the performance, then I can judge it. If the performance is bad as T'Challa, it still means we get T'Challa. So even that doesn't matter to me as a pro recast, looking for the recast, viewer. Okay. The Denzel bump doesn't exist. There's not going to be a whole bunch of people going, I will forgive that there's no T'Challa here for Denzel Washington. I don't see that.
No, yeah, you're right. If it doesn't come with T'Challa, you're still shooting in that 800 million, 700 million range in terms of viability, because Denzel is, I think he is still a box office hit. I think he's still a pool, right? Obviously they, Equalizer, the last Equalizer did very well in the box office for his budget. I think though the problem is going to be is that you're still dealing with a title franchise that's lacking a title character. And if Denzel Washington is not playing that title character, then no supporting character, regardless who it is, it could be Daniel Day-Lewis, it could be Anthony Hopkins, it could be whoever. If there is a supporting role acquiescing to T'Challa Jr. or to Shuri, it's not going to work. We've already run that math and we know where it maxes out at. And it only maxed out at that level before because of the emotion around Chadwick Boseman's death and how heavily that film played into it. Now you have to come in completely blank slate, right? No title character. Denzel Washington is in a supporting role or is a villain, a Kabe, something like that, But again, he's not the feature. He's not the movie. You're going to be trying to do what you did with Namor and Wakanda Forever, but just swapping out Tanakh Huerta for Denzel Washington. They learned the wrong problem. Or excuse me, they learned the wrong lesson in Wakanda Forever. Y'all muted.
Chill flash the screen, so I'll mention it.
Equalizer treated Denzel as the boogeyman. The movie is what it looks like for the villains to run up against a slasher monster. I just wanted to show you the box office. 191 million.
On what was the budget?
Doesn't say. The Denzel bump doesn't exist. It's 191 million. I know, appropriate for the budget. I'm not having that conversation. I'm just saying
it doesn't exist. Denzel Washington,
the bump that they're looking for, the one that the
I mean, you're gonna have to pull up more than just Equalizer 3, fam. Like that's
I'm gonna look at the most recent movie.
Are you saying it doesn't exist anymore? Like it's ran out, it's ran dry. I won't say it doesn't exist. Man's made billions of dollars at the box office. I don't think
it existed.
Deniable.
And there is an audience who will see the movie for Denzel Washington, go to Black Panther 3 because he's in it. The people like that exist.
Right.
Enough people don't exist. Is that okay?
Not to make a difference, right? Not to make a difference. Because of what they're lacking already, it's not going to make up for the difference, I don't believe. So in that being the case, the calculus can't simply be right, like put Denzel in it and everything's fine, right? Like that can't be it. It can't be. No, like there's no way that's the logic. Because if it is, then the lesson they took from Wakanda Forever was it's not that we missed the title character. It's just that the villain that we highlighted was weak. we need a stronger performance from that villain to carry the film.
Now that's fan cast, because that's not something I did during my video. I was more so talking about the other things in recast. Let's talk about Denzel, who we could possibly play. All right. Riri Williams, Ironheart, appeared in Black Panther 2. So why can't another superhero appear in Black Panther 3? Adam Brashear. Is Denzel Washington playing Blue Marvel? Best case scenario, yes. Is he playing a time-displaced T'Challa who returns from the past and now he's a lot older? Maybe that's a possibility also. Is he doing a villain? Is he playing... I don't pick any Black Panther villain. Maybe he was Zawavari, that like mystical guy. You know, is that something that he's never really done? He can be a mystical... What do you call those mystical people? There's a word for it. But they create spells. And alchemy.
Okay.
Sorcerers?
Alchemist? Sorcerer.
Yeah, we might get into the magical side of Wakanda.
But again, so nearing retirement, one of the last roles you're going to do in front of the screen, because I think he clarified after he's just not flat out retiring, but going to be moving behind and trying to direct. What would be special about that? Like a character that nobody knows, somebody that isn't very sought after, like Blue Marvel. Yeah, sure, absolutely. Emperor T'Challa from the Intergalactic Empire or something like that. Sure. Bashanga even. I'll cool. Time displaced Bashanga for some reason. I don't know why he's here, but let's do it, right? But now the further down that line we get, the more we get to irrelevance. You know, we start getting into that. Well, why the hell did, like, same thing with Giancarlo Esposito. We started at damn Professor X and we got a nobody, a nobody. I still don't know his name. Sidewinder. Who is he? Why would you take that? And so if that's what they have to offer an actor like Giancarlo Esposito, I can't wrap my mind around what this could be. Now, Adam Brashear is very interesting because I think that type of story fits Ryan's pen, right? First black superhero, shunned away by the U.S. president at the time, gone in hiding. Maybe he enlists Blue Marvel to shore up Wakanda because, damn, you know, we got some holes in the security. Mm-hmm. So let's go try to get the smartest black. But we are thinking the most positive outcome for what this movie may be, right? If we're thinking that they enlist Adam Brashear for some reason. These are the type of hopes that we have for them in Wakanda Forever. Oh, we hope they write it as a Blit movie. We hope we write it in that 5-year gap. You know, maybe they'll go back in time. I think John Campia suggested that they do like a Godfather 2 type of thing where they like run to Chaka's life congruently with what's going on in the aftermath of Endgame or whatever. And so it's kind of like a dual storyline or whatever. It's just so much they could have done.
Robert Meyer Burnett suggested that, and okay, I don't like the way that you said I think John Campia. We will not. John Campia.
It was one of them. I was on his show. You know what I meant.
I just don't like the way you talk about my Canadian brother, John Giovanni.
Maple Leaves Unite. Hey.
I wish I didn't laugh at that. I wish you were less funny. Bullying me into laughing at your corny ass joke. Okay, I need everybody to think with their heads for a minute. Do y'all expect them to cast a person who is ready to retire to play a role that's going to hopefully go on for the next 10 years?
No, that's why I don't want him to take it. That's exactly why I don't want him to take it, Raymond. Why does he need some throwaway MCU character to close out his career? Because he's cool with Ryan? Like, that's not why I want to see Denzel in the MCU. That is not why I want to see Denzel in the MCU. And I for damn sure don't want to see him die in the MCU. You know what I'm saying? Like, how many movies has Denzel Washington died in that y'all have seen? Obviously, Training Day, right? That he was the guy in Training Day.
Do your impression again of Training Day. What's he gonna say in Wakanda?
I don't know. What is he gonna? I don't know. I don't have it. But I'm trying to think. Like, Denzel doesn't even die on screen. He doesn't die in any of his movies. Out of Time, Man on Fire. No, he died in Man on Fire. Well, they assumed. We don't see him die in Man on Fire, Dakota Fanning.
Look at this.
Now look what we have here. Okay. Vibranium. It's a brand name. I stand by it. I guarantee
it.
King T'Challa. You take your colonizing hands off me. You still having problems with the water boy down under? I can take care of that for you. You've kept your technologies a secret to protect your resources, but the people of Wakanda are deep and stronger than the vibranium it produces, and I can guarantee you that. The great M'Baku. Looks more like M'Broku to me. Oh, but you said one more time unannounced. I will make sure the Dormalize ram your Southport so hard, you'll be coughing about vibranium for weeks. Huh? You get me now? Now look what we have here. Okay.
Yeah, no, that's he's solid. Very good.
That was very good.
Very good. Very good. Yeah, no, I mean, Blue Marvel would be great. Do y'all have faith? Do y'all have faith? I don't. And then Blue Marvel is going to be gone. Like, Denzel not coming to play Blue Marvel again. Y'all better shoot the scenes for Secret Wars Why I'm Here. Y'all better shoot it right now, or else Blue Marvel just won't be in it.
You'll be playing basketball in the void when I'm done with you.
Be playing basketball at the Crown City when I'm done with you. I don't want to see the pinnacle of black acting in this country be a dead end character in the MCU, because I mean, it's just that's what our value is to them. That's how valuable they are. Meanwhile, you know, Michael Douglas is still alive. He's asking to be killed. You know what I mean? Harrison Ford can step in there at 80 and just play a character that they need to go on for years. Oh yeah, bring up that question again. Are we expecting a 70-plus-year-old to just play a 10-year plus character? You mean like Red Hawk? You mean the character that they're starting an arc on right now?
That's a good comparison.
Crazy. Just whew. You see how easy it is for us to see them do something for them, and it just be so far out of our mind that we can't even believe. Why would we even think that's going to happen? Why would we expect a 70-plus-year-old to have a major arc in the MCU? That's just crazy.
An 80-year-old Harrison Ford enters the picture.
Hey man, I don't know what else to say.
You're at church. You're at comic book church. You've been really quiet, Darius. He's listening to Michael Jackson. Look, he paused it right now. Now he's gonna talk.
No, I'm listening. I think that
No. What was on the other tab? Nope. You took way too long, Darius. You were doing something on the side.
No, I'm literally watching these comments and laughing, not just at the comments, just at it all. I think it's all. They're not recasting T'Challa. I mean, there's the theory. Sure, you can have the theory about. I've seen it. Denzel and John David Washington. Okay, maybe. There's that. Then there's the. I don't know. They just don't care. I mean, I don't give a flying that. I mean, cool. As I said in my videos, it's Denzel. I love Denzel. I love Denzel, but Denzel's not enough for me to go and watch a Black Panther film without T'Challa in it. It's the same place I've been at with these goddamn Sony films. You can throw Noel wasn't enough for me to go and see Venom. I saw Venom here at home, but it wasn't enough for me to go and see Venom. You can do whatever you want. Without Spider-Man, I don't give a fuck what Sony's doing. Whatever they're doing with Kraven, the animal activist next week or next month, Spider-Man's not in it. I don't care. Same thing with this. You can go get Denzel. You can go get all of you can go down the line. All the great black actors that you've already named some of the ones he's killed off, but you want to go get some more, bring them on. I don't care if Denzel clarified what he said either when he said, "Oh, I'm not saying I'm retiring like that." This is still a one and done deal.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
In what situation, and for everybody that has been saying Blue Marvel, because I didn't even entertain that in my video. The reason I didn't entertain that is simply because they siphoned the intelligence away from T'Challa. What makes you think they want two intelligent niggas siphoning the air from all of the intelligent white guys? What? No, none of this. This is all just the same thing.
Look, y'all got Shuri, y'all got Riri. Okay, y'all think we gonna give y'all Blue Marvel and T'Challa back? No. Too many smart Negroes.
Yeah. No.
Go watch.
Not doing it.
Go watch Devil Dinosaur and Moon Girl.
Yeah, not gonna do it. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, it's confirmed that confirmed it. Excuse me. It did three things. It confirmed Black Panther 3. It confirmed Ryan Coogler is indeed coming back, and it confirmed Denzel Washington is the first actor that we know is going to be in it. Now there are other things that have been talked about too, as far as like the issues that Letitia Wright had during 2020, not being anti-vax and wanting to at the time. Remember, you can go back and look at some of that stuff, wanting to step away from the Black Panther role. She did do this film, but she was under contract too. She's no longer, so she could bow out. They could kill Shuri. I mean, hell, you've killed half the family. The family. She is the only one left.
Finish him off. Tucson's not even, he's half anyways. He's not naturalized. Let him just start anew, Why not?
No, and I've said anyway, in order to, in my opinion, to really have for that franchise to have life again, they all have to go. Everyone needs to die.
Well, so also there's that this is supposed to be post Secret Wars as well. So like I don't even know
what that looks like.
Yeah, what does this look like? If we even, because things change. If this is post Secret Wars, a lot is gonna depend on how this run goes, how this lead up goes, how Thunderbolts and Captain America and they're gonna start the mutant saga apparently, so if they're talking 2026, 2027, fam, he's going to be in mid 70s at that point. This may not even happen the way that we're thinking it's going to happen now.
That's damn true. That's damn true.
This is also it's very pie in the sky right now. It's not tangible. Nothing is tangible. I think Denzel put a lot more stink on this than what Marvel would have wanted him to at this point. But that interview was out there. He had already given it. So it was just kind of a matter of time of when it was going to drop. And they waited for a very advantageous time to do it. So,
sure. I like this casting here. The Change Meyer older man type of casting.
Sure.
And can I say this too?
What storyline though?
Well, yeah, with no T'Challa, eye roll.
I definitely don't want an older T'Challa either. Like, why? And this is just, why am I having to be robbed with my superhero? Why do I have to watch my superhero on a cane and a walker? Like, what? Like, I don't want to watch. No. For everybody that's throwing that idea out there, ooh, an old T'Challa, I would love to see. No. I went with that idea for the 838 rumors when he was like, ooh, maybe Denzel's playing an older T'Challa. That's cool. No. No.
That's how I feel about the multiverse thing. If you get a multiversal alternate T'Challa, I'm going, yeah, but then that's not going to work. The people of Wakanda aren't just going to accept some new guy as their king.
Yeah.
Part of T'Challa is he's the king of Wakanda. He's this great representative, and we're not going to get fully that. We're already mad they haven't featured his intellect. I almost said intelligence, and I said intellect. I'm sorry, Marcus. I'll never insult you again. we already have him absence of intellect now. It doesn't mean he's stupid. We just haven't seen him exhibit his intelligence, right? He'll always ask Shuri to make the formula or something else. But we already don't have fully T'Challa. To not have him be the king commanding his own people would be, a shell of T'Challa, and that's not the representation I would compromise and settle for. So my point.
I'll tell you what they're gonna do.
Yeah,
whoever this villain is he's playing, he's either going to be made up or he's going to be what Marvel likes to do, where they take two different characters and put them kind of together, make them one or whatever, or maybe they'll just take a different Wakanda villain. I don't know. But what they're going to end up doing, and this is just my kind of thinking, and take this this villain Denzel is going to have a vendetta with T'Challa. And because Junior is going to be old enough to take the throne by then, your father wronged me and ... and I'm not going to watch you take the throne? No, I'm going to take the throne. Yeah, all of you. You niggas,
I hate that since we didn't actually get any actual history that we got to see on screen from T'Challa, any screen time background, or at least not a lot of it, that now they just got to make it up. It just kind of appears out of thin air. There was a whole dalliance in Haiti with Nakia, even though at the end of Black Panther 1, he let her go. She says, I'm not staying here, even though he offered her the queenship. It's like, there was a clear, we're going our separate ways here at the end of Black Panther 1. And then at the beginning of Black Panther 2, we had a secret dalliance where we had a child. And I guess all of that happened pre-blip or post-blip, because it's not very clear on when it happened. They just kind of said it happened. And he's 5 years old or a little bit older. I guess they don't say exactly how old he is either. It's just a lot of things up in the air that don't really.
Is he 5 or is he?
They don't say. I just assumed he was 5 because of the gap.
I thought he was like 9.
He's got to be older than that. So then that means they did this pre-blip. When? You mean, are they just having these normal conversations in Black Panther 1, knowing damn well that they just had a baby?
Not that it matters, but yeah, he has to be over 5 years old because of the blip. And then the movie takes place a year after he dies.
And a year after he returned from the blip.
A year after he returned.
So is he's no less than 7?
7, and then depending on who cares. Whenever they start the movie, they'll say what his age is, and we'll just go, yeah, okay, cool.
Why doesn't T'Challa make sense?
No T'Challa, no dollar. That's how it's always going to be. I'm not willing to move on this. They can.
I'm done.
And we're growing, and we're not this like fringe opinion. There's so many of us think this.
Oh no.
The only thing they had going for them, meaning people who want T'Challa gone, is the emotional impulse reaction to Chadwick Boseman just died. How could we dare so quickly?
That's worn off.
True. You shouldn't quickly remove and replace. Like, you should think things through. But the longer we get away from that, the more we can start asking this question. That's the greatest Black representation that's ever hit cinemas. Why is it gone? Where is he? He should return. He should be like Superman. And we just keep getting him, but they're not doing it.
Yep.
$2 super chat from J Dub. He says, "What's good, brothers? I'm doing good. I'm doing all right. I'm on a high. Keep it up."
Thank you so very much. Yeah, no, it's interesting. It's interesting. And that's a very, very good point, though, that was made earlier by Marcus. It is that film is likely 2028, 2029 time. That's a long time from now.
Long time.
He turned 70, didn't he say this year?
Yeah, he's already 70 years old.
Yeah, so it's like
if you think he's got another 4 or 5 years to wait, then to play a superhero, and even in that interview, he's talking about, well, yeah, you can do it, but then are you really doing it? Your stuntman doing it more than you doing it. So, that's your ego talking. So do you think a 75, 76-year-old Denzel Washington is going to be gung-ho to put on a suit, a bunch of prosthetics, stand in a green screen room for 8 hours a day? Doesn't sound fun to me.
Right. Harrison's 80.
Yeah. 80 years old.
Most of his stuff's mocap.
Yeah, you still gotta stand up, Kingsport. You still gotta be there to shoot and be present. Man wants to sit down.
I saw Morgan Freeman on Jimmy Kimmel or Fallon, and he felt like an old guy. He just doesn't care anymore.
Yeah.
I'm sure he doesn't at all. At all.
What if
But
it involves...
Denzel doesn't care either. Sorry. You saw I guess at the Gladiator premiere, King Charles was there from London, and they told Denzel he needed to go inside and say something to him. And Denzel told them, I make my own rules, and kept talking to whoever he was talking to. I was like, yeah. Yeah. We don't recognize King Charles. Prince Charles.
King Charles got nothing on me. No, you listen here, all right? Okay. You I can't do the voice. I started off nicely though. What did I just pull up? Andrew with what if it involves time travel? Then they have Denzel playing T'Challa's grandfather, Azuri. This is just a theory. And that's just how you begin the movie. He doesn't really have a significant role, but a problem of Azuri is now caught up to time for the new, Black Panther.
For T'Challa Jr.
End us back at T'Challa or T'Challa Jr.?
Yeah, T'Challa Jr.
That, man. Like, if they even put him in the trailer, if I see a young preteen jumping, running around, look like he's in a training montage, it is an automatic hard pass, like hard left.
It's gonna open the same way the first one opened, except it's not gonna be a little boy's voice. It's gonna be like a young teenage man's voice, Mama, and then you're gonna hear Nakia. Yes, son. Tell me about Papa. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's coming! It's coming! Mm-hmm. Oh, it's coming.
Maybe.
And then she's gonna tell him it's time for you to take your throne. Your father left you a throne.
Boy, you from Haiti.
Your father left you a throne.
No, the fuck he didn't.
Now it's time.
No, he didn't. Because you'd have been in the royal city training to become the next heir, like you should have been. This is just dumb. All right, go ahead, read it. What do you say?
He says maybe they go to Necropolis and they resurrect him. Do you think they know Necropolis?
It would be great if they
is up to speed on the Black Panther comics and goes, this is a great way to get him out of there. Or you think they're still emotionally attached to actor and role? Well, they won't do this, but maybe they will. Sure. Look, Avengers: Secret Wars also has to happen. Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars, both of those Avengers movies have to happen first. I called it Kang Dynasty, but you know what I meant, Doomsday. And in those two movies, we could get the T'Challa recast. We have time to explain it there, where Necropolis can be featured there, and or the universe can be recreated, and we'll get a live T'Challa. We can do this and not have it happen in a Black Panther movie. It's happened before. Guardians of the Galaxy just has a new Gamora, and if you only watch Guardians 2 and the Guardians 3, you have no idea how they got there. Or Mandalorian, in the middle of Book of Boba Fett, Grogu joins them. If you only watch season 2 and season 3, you have no idea. There's a precedence here. You don't actually have to have the putback or the repairing happen within the show that it's called.
You're gonna get him. He's gonna be there. T'Challa will be in Avengers. I don't know about Doomsday, but Secret Wars for sure.
Sure.
And then after that, Mama, tell me about Baba.
So wait, hold on, wait. You think there's gonna be a T'Challa in Secret Wars?
Oh, I think
Secret Wars they're going back to the fam. I will throw a boot at them. You gonna give him T'Challa in Secret Wars and then take him away and go back to the kid?
I'm telling you, man. I don't know.
Ain't no way. So so the T'Challa can't stay and raise the kid. He's in need of leadership. Let him be his mentor. Since you killed his daddy and shit.
Yeah, I mean it would be nice, but I just feel more tropes. I feel more of them. We still miss Chad, and they just want to tell that story. They have their story. I'm telling you, that kid. I'm fine if the kid is still there. If they, I said this on the stream I did. I'm fine if the kid
dad back.
If they bring T'Challa in and they do the original script that was going to, it doesn't have to be exactly that, but that whole dad, I'd be all right with that. I don't really have to acknowledge the child as long as T'Challa's there. I'm all right with that. But I'm telling you, I just don't know if they. Go ahead.
That I will take T'Challa and his son is just in the movie. There's a little side adventure here and there because he exists. I'll take it because I means I'm getting real T'Challa, but not a multiverse variant, not a time displaced, not any other. Just real T'Challa. Thanks to Secret Wars, the universes are back, and you know what? We'll fix the universe. You can have T'Challa back in this universe, and thank you, Molecule Man.
Well, okay, you guys know I play both sides of it. I'm of course everybody knows I'm damn sure pro recast, but I definitely just pay attention to what I'm seeing, and Marvel doesn't show me anything. But on the other hand, there are the scoopers. Alex over at the Cosmic Circus just put out his new Q&A, and in his Q&A, he's talking about how after the soft reboot, certain events from the current timeline will not be remembered by everyone except for characters like maybe Doctor Strange and some others. So maybe you could throw T'Challa's death in there. That's something that, that just no one remembers it.
So you mean that plot line will be available and they'll probably not use that for T'Challa. You mean that they'll create that for Iron Man, and that's why Iron Man's back with Tony Stark, but T'Challa has to.
But T'Challa's dead. Everybody remembers T'Challa's death, but nobody remembers Tony or Steve.
They're gonna be like,
it's
damn.
Because it's likely.
Some people just have to stay dead, and I think that the Black community specifically needs to know what that feels like. Dead fathers and missing broken homes. That I think there's really like a lesson to be taught there that they don't get enough of, and we don't do that with other superheroes. But for Black folk, that's what you get.
Yeah, I don't need them to teach Black folk shit. I need them to just go ahead and tell the stories, man.
That's and they have until Secret Wars, and I think Fatal J emphasized that in his big tweet where he was like, the movie's getting filmed in the spring. The scripts are being written now. It's not too late. Write in the recast. Fix it. And time is of the essence again. We're on another playoff run basically from now until the movie starts getting shot.
Like I said, if the Russo said they start filming in the spring, if indeed we're going to see variants in Avengers 5, which I do think we are, we're going to start hearing this actor's playing this variant, or it's already rumored right now, and just from Alex's newest Q&A about the actors that are going to be in the Council of Reeds. So we're already hearing that. So if we're hearing that now, and that's not, I don't think, until Secret Wars, not even Avengers 5, but Secret Wars, we got to start hearing stuff about if there is going to be a T'Challa, we're going to start hearing it. We're going to. The scoopers are going to start talking about it. If they start filming in spring, we'll start seeing behind the scenes photos. They can't keep it a secret for long. So if he really is going to be in it, we're going to hear about it soon.
Right. What's next? The Rock, Dwayne Johnson?
Sure.
Well, we kind of brought this up with Denzel about having that impact, having that staying power, and your movies are always going to sell well because you're on the market. We know everyone's had their run at it where it was Stallone. He used to be the guy, right? I think that even to this day, if you put what's the white guy in Mission Impossible?
Tom Cruise.
If you put him in a movie, there's a built-in few hundred thousands that you're guaranteed. Vin Diesel doesn't have that, but that the Fast and Furious franchise does have that. And here comes The Rock, okay? Fantastic, amazing wrestler who, when wrestling was on TV during his prime, they were getting 5 million viewers easy. We're not there anymore. Today's wrestling audience is 2 million every week on Monday Night Raw, which is still an awesome number on television, okay? Not insulting wrestling. The fans of him, they're older now. Some may have even passed away, and it's been 20 years since his heyday. His built-in audience isn't what it was. Black Adam's gross 400 something million. It's not what we want. It's not what we want from The Rock. In comes Red One. It performs. It's in comes Red One. Everyone's projecting a $30 million opening. He, I think, has lost his luster. I think the wrestling fans who knew him from wrestling and loved him, they got off of him. When he endorsed Kamala and Biden in 2020, he shouldn't have done that because Team Red, they're the ones with disposable income, not living in the city and willing to go to a movie theater. Shout out to Twisters for doing a lot of money. We know that he's ostracized. He's at least upset for a portion of America, like half of the people there. He's just not there anymore where we think The Rock, someone else is there. I think his crown, which he held for a long time, the crown is not on his head anymore. Doesn't mean Jumanji 4 and 5 are not going to do well, but he lost his Denzel aura. Red One is trash. The performance of it is trash. Marcus?
Yeah, I haven't seen Red One yet, but yeah, I think high profile losses for him are starting to compound. He always had that kind of like, I think his name being attached to projects and how people kind of just flock to it, but not necessarily spent their dollar on it. People a lot of times didn't really put two and two together. And I think that's actually caught up to him a little bit, even in some of his off-screen business dealings. Because I mean, Rock is one of those very marketable faces. He's a very, very popular brand ambassador for a lot of companies. And I think when people started, or companies at least, started to realize that, all right, this guy is kind of pretty cookie cutter in his marketability. We can get this from any standard social media star. We don't really need to pay millions of dollars for The Rock to do this. Some of that is translating over to his films as well. Like, I don't think you'll begin to see some of the more blockbuster things for The Rock unless it's coming from his own production company here going forward, because I don't think other studios are going to continue to put the money behind it. Like you said, they're just not getting the returns.
That's the thing. His production company is small. The budget will be small, but because his power and name brand is of some value, I'm not saying it's zero. He could get $100 million for a film that costed 10.
Sure.
He could do it, and that's where he needs to be focusing on and getting back into the ring. Let's see him at Survivor Series.
I would love to see The Rock continue to do wrestling. Yeah, for sure. Especially now with the Netflix clip. I like that. I like that pairing.
I know Darius isn't a wrestling fan, but War Games is coming up, and we're really interested in seeing the complete Samoan dynasty all on screen. You know, every Samoan wrestler that there is going to be there.
Yeah, I remember The Rock growing up. You know, do you smell what The Rock? I mean, I don't know how you didn't know what that that catchphrase, but was not a wrestling fan. Not a wrestling fan.
We got to make you watch Monday Night Raw on Netflix in January, just for one episode, just to see what you think.
What is this, like a rewind, or are they rebooting?
No, Darius, it's Monday Night Raw. It's a live show.
Oh, excuse me, Jesus. I don't know.
They're changing networks, and it'll be on Netflix, which means a new audience. You know, people just scrolling. Oh, wrestling. I know.
I see.
And The Rock will be there. John Cena will be there. You might recognize the people from the movies. You're gonna say Peacemaker and Black Adam. Yeah.
Listen, I'm into pop culture. I know who these people were before they jumped into movies. I just did not pay attention to them. I know John Cena. I know Dwayne.
Oh, Dwayne. Can you do
that? There was a picture. I can't do that. I don't have that much muscle control. I really hate that I don't. It irritates me. I can't even do the Star Trek deal without it looking like I'm throwing up a gang sign.
Live long and prosper.
I can't.
Oh, I'm sorry. Why? Okay, muscles on the eyebrows, sure. Why can't you do the Star Trek thing? That doesn't make sense.
I think I have too much webbing in between my fingers.
I think I have too much webbing is crazy. That's nuts.
Use your other hand to try to like get them
it's together. The same. They're the same. They don't work like
use
that.
Use it like use it in that spot.
Man's hands. What is happening on the stream? If anybody has a hand fetish, they going crazy.
Michael says, "In comes Red One."
Cricket.
Chris Evans is in it, and again, he can play Buzz Lightyear.
I know we're gonna watch it. It's a holiday movie, so like I know I'm gonna pop it in. I'll give an honest review.
I'll watch it.
Yeah,
I'll watch it.
I still think that this is exhibiting one of those famous. Huh?
Sorry, go ahead. Sorry, no.
One of those famous actors gave a quote about this. He says, "We don't have box office stars anymore. The franchises are what they want to see. No one goes, I'm going to see the new Schwarzenegger movie anymore." It's
Who
the time.
did just say that?
but then they don't run them right then.
Mackie.
If you
Mackie.
understand that, then why don't you run them that way? You know, I don't understand.
So then now, something nice to say about Mackie, right? He's a leading man with great opinions and takes. Anthony Mackie.
Is that who said that?
That's who said it. And his new film Elevation.
that was a good take. That was a good take. That was a solid take by Anthony Mackie.
It was, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't it?
I guess. Sometimes when you're right, you're right.
Hey, Steve, stop snitching, bro.
Yeah, I heard there was some nefarious shit going on.
Yeah, Chill doing impressions of you and stuff.
God.
Yeah, I heard.
The jig is up, Marcus. You were the one doing the impressions.
I haven't seen it. I'm glad. Have not seen it yet.
It's pretty good. It's very good. Like I think he studies you while we're sitting here. He's like,
absolutely not.
I'm have to go watch it. Yeah, I'll have to watch it. Didn't know.
The Rock has an ego on
time
him.
I've been told that.
Oh, there's others. Who else is telling you this?
Well, you did, and then Marcus did,
and then Steve.
Oh, okay, yeah, I guess so. The Rock has an ego on him. We all got to see it exposed live on TV. I'm gonna get very marky, very wrestling-y. I'll give it a short version. There was a main event match for WrestleMania, which is the hugest pay-per-view where they sell out a football arena, and he took the spot of the Royal Rumble winner who earned the spot, and that was wrong. You can't go against the storyline. But he said, "I'm such a big star. This will make more money." That happened.
Is this the Cody Rhodes thing?
The Cody Rhodes thing, yeah.
Oh, Cody! Oh, poor Cody! I love that. I loved it. I loved it.
No, but it didn't start that way. Of course, he embraced the role of the villain because people were booing him. It was intended for him to be cheered against Roman Reigns, and then he's at least he corrected ship and he goes, "Well, fine, let them boo me and I'll play the villain." But that wasn't the plan all along. We just saw your ego try to he tried to big man Cody. He tried to big brother him. Don't worry, you can wrestle another pay-per-view for the title.
Can I ask you something? Can I ask you a question?
Uh-huh.
So if wrestling is in need of The Rock at that moment, which I think they were, coming off the heels of Vince McMahon and all that other shit.
Yeah.
Don't you suck it up and just let The Rock headline? Don't you kind of suck it up and you take that, right?
Which is why they did that. But the fans who are in the arena, they all said Rocky sucks.
Yeah,
and they're like, "Oh, we can't do an 8-week build up to the pay-per-view where every city we visit are going to be booing the person."
Yeah, hostile fans. Yeah, so he has to play the heel. He has to.
Yeah. He was we the fans forced it.
I got you.
Unfortunately, unlike movies, there's no live audience where you can,
you got to roll with the punches. I wish it was. I wish we would just sit up there and give live reactions that they had to view and take into account. Shit.
The movie audience needs to be tested. How there's time play? In Canada, we have this thing called time play. You set up your phone, and if you're attached to the Wi-Fi, you answer the questions that are on screen. After every movie, hey, is The Rock a big star? Is he A-list, B-list, or C-list? And then you get to vote. Hey, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? Every movie can have that and give live feedback, especially right after you finish the movie. Credits they're outdated. A movie credit, I just go on my computer and I can find out who was the director, who held the camera, who was in the cast. Let's eliminate credits.
I worked on one of these shits for 8 to 10 months and didn't get to see my damn family. You better put my name in the credits. You better put my name on that damn movie. But I get what you're saying. There is, maybe some more interactive stuff they could do to gauge audience. Matter of fact, they could start with actually viewing live consumer audiences instead of their friends and family when they're testing these things. That'll probably go a long way too.
And we know The Rock got a big family, so he's probably still thinking, he's thinking, I'm doing great. No, you're not, bro.
I can imagine The Rock just showing all of his films to his family and friends before he puts them out.
The Rock's
I can see that.
reputation is the guy who is fighting Vin Diesel. He's got this beef in the wrestling ring. For those of you paying attention to the Cody Rhodes storyline, he's got this like ego issue he had with John Cena from 10 years ago. He is he's a problem. He's a problem, and he's not the A-list guy he once was, which was great while he was. From Fast and Furious 5 all the way until his last big movie. I'll give him those skyscraper one and the San Andreas one. I'll give him that. Up until Black Adam. Is like, or before Black Adam.
I think Black Adam was the one that started to show the crack where people was just like, all right, well, if you, I mean, this is just kind of what you are, kind of thing, you know, because right before that he had Jungle Cruise, and I think people gave him a pass on Jungle Cruise because Disney was shit in the bed at that point, but it also was a little bit of him too. So yeah, man, I thought the whole, you know, DC unraveling was a little unfortunate because that probably should have been the soft landing spot that he needed, especially since he has waited so long to try to play that character. But you know, didn't work out. Now he's got to pivot. I think he'll be fine. He's a very wealthy man. I think he'll be okay.
Exactly. I remember this character, Hercule is what we called him on the Canadian channel. I guess they couldn't say Satan, but Hercule from Dragon Ball Z. He got that look. Last thing, Moana. He'll do well there. He's playing Maui in live action.
Yeah, absolutely. And Maui, yeah, he'll do great. He'll do great. He was great in the voiceover in the first movie. Kids really liked it. I mean, he has other places to go. He doesn't have to be the biggest name in Hollywood anymore. You know, I mean, I think Kevin Hart has kind of like pivoted that way too. Like you're not seeing Kevin Hart in the box office every 3 months like you were 4 or 5 years ago, because you know you're gonna stop putting up millions of dollars for these productions if they're not getting that type of return anymore. So he pivoted to other things, smaller productions, and I think he's doing well on television. You got the one show on Hulu about the heist show on Hulu. I forgot what it's called, with Don Cheadle and Taraji P. Henson. You know, he's doing other stuff. So there are other avenues for The Rock to be successful. It doesn't have to be as the number one star. But I do think this concept of there not being any more movie stars and there just being franchises, I want to reject that for a couple of reasons, right? Number one, I think it's very lazy. I think most of that feeling from actors comes from the reception of the movies that they're trying to make, right? And nowadays, actors are having more and more influence behind the camera. So you're seeing their work, their influence, their passions being rejected. And now that communication back to them is, oh, well, they don't believe in movie stars anymore. Well, maybe there just hasn't been a bona fide movie star in a long time, you know? Like how many guys mirror a Stallone, a Schwarzenegger, a Denzel? Like the list of actors that we got now that we truly believe in that can play in any role, anything, like it's like maybe a handful.
Pedro Pascal.
Yeah, bro. And it's like, do we even believe in him that much, or is he just your standard cookie cutter Hispanic character that's going to show up in just about any other project that you can think of? Again, very small, finite list of what you would define as a star in Hollywood today, and I think that is relative to the talent, not necessarily to what the audience is taking. Because people love Michael B. Jordan.
Sydney
I don't know
Sweeney.
if they, you know.
Sydney Sweeney is a great A-list star who will command a little bit of money.
But that is also has to do with her. She's a what?
I said she's a good actor.
Is Sydney Sweeney really that great? Man, I think Sydney Sweeney is a beautiful face.
Okay, maybe great is strong. Great is strong. She's great is strong, but she's a good actor, I think. No? Am I off base?
By the way, Fight Night, the $1 Million Heist on Hulu. Check it out for a season. You brought it up, and there it is. A star-studded cast.
Yep, for sure.
Michael Nemo, when Arnie's... What were you saying?
Nothing.
Well, I heard a noise. Career stalled. Arnie's hammer. He became governor of Cali. I wonder where Dwayne will govern. What are you talking about? Arnie Hammer? Who?
Schwarzenegger. He became governor of California. Yeah. But I'm saying in his time, Arnold Schwarzenegger was that guy. he that we was talking about Total Recall. What was the other one? They were on Mars.
Terminator 2.
Terminators. Damn, what is that movie called? They lived on Mars, couldn't breathe. Damn, I don't know. Anyways, 90s, early 2000s, he was that guy. True Lies with Jamie Lee Curtis. He was that people were going to see him. It wasn't necessarily the film, the story. You didn't have to do a lot in films back then because people were showing up to see the people. Same thing with Sly, Judge Dredd, Rockies, obviously. Now I'm drawing a blank on all the damn movies. But again,
what's the one with all the action stars that came like in 2010?
You talking about the Expendables? That was a blow. I mean, that was one that kind of showed that Sly is still a box office hit because he can round up a bunch of old guys and give you a trilogy, and people go and see all of them. You know, they love them. Same thing with Tulsa King. He's on Paramount right now. He's got a series going. Right? Like that's a star. He's 70 plus years old. He's playing an old gangster in Tulsa, Oklahoma. No disrespect, Darius. You know what I'm saying? Tulsa. Like if he can make people pay attention, you know, to a gangster series in Tulsa, I would define that as a star.
He says Tulsa in the same manner he says Campia.
Hey man, Tulsa be on First 48 every episode.
No,
I'm not bragging. I'm just saying.
Margot Robbie is a star. I think after Barbie, we'll see exactly how much of a star she is. Now, Birds of Prey didn't go too well, but I bet it would have went way less.
You can have one or two stinkers.
And they didn't call the movie Harley Quinn. They literally called the movie Birds of Prey, the Fantabulous. You know, it was a stupid title, very poorly promoted. I'll give them COVID that cut into probably the last 3 weeks of their. It might have cost them $30 million. I'm just saying. But anyways, what?
What's the dude's name? Doom. He was also in Challengers.
Of course, Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah, there you go. He's on his way.
Timothy Chalamet is going to go down as one of the greatest actors of our generation, or
he's getting close. He's getting very close because he's matching box office with very good theatrical performances.
No, brother. I do not live in Tulsa. No, I live in Norman.
He's asking about the joke I said earlier. So, like an hour ago when the stream began, he said the name John Campia. Oh, my bad. You were answering this question. I thought I was explaining. Never mind, bro. Forget it. I'm sorry, guys. Next topic, bro.
But possibly us. Well, no, I wouldn't. I was not. No, I'm not going to give him that. Not him.
Who's that?
I was going to say Austin Butler, but no.
No, give it time.
Yeah,
sure.
Zendaya is.
I was just about to say Zendaya. And Robert Pattinson. Her and Robert Pattinson are filming a new movie together right now.
Pattinson's very good. Man, I wanted to put Yaya there. He had a heater for a while.
We know Majors was there.
Michael Jordan continues to be a pool. I think he gets good listings. He gets good roles. It's just he picks a certain type. He doesn't get out of his skin too much. That's why Killmonger worked so well for him, because it was not a very type A pick for Michael B. Jordan. It got him out of his skin. It was very, very good for him. I think he needs to do that more.
I'd say Aaron Pierre also.
Nah, both of those guys.
You don't think so? I would say Aaron
things
Pierre.
on streaming. When do they do something in the movie?
Yeah, Damson needs to get on the silver screen. So does Aaron Pierre. But Aaron Pierre is on his way. He's actually Aaron Pierre's got some support and stuff going on so far, but now we're going to see how he does with lanterns and what that leads to.
Well, being a part of the DC, if this is all interconnected like James Gunn says it is, we could see him pop up anywhere on the silver screen.
No, for sure. I'm just saying it's yet to happen. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He was in Old with M. Night Shyamalan. He's in something else. It's escaping my mind right now, but it's been, a lot of support. And then he got his first tick on Netflix as a leading guy We seen how that went. So it's been a continuous rant for him. I think it's the same thing with Damson. They both just need that breakthrough silver screen appearance.
And it was.
Did you already say Taraji?
Nah, she's not there.
Nah.
No.
Well, no. How did Hidden Figures do?
I'll check.
It actually did really well, but I don't think it did well enough for her to.
It got awards.
It did get awards. It did well. Got nominated a lot. And then I guess you got to kind of put it to scale when you're talking about women too, because it's not necessarily the same budget.
Viola Davis.
Viola Davis's box office. Angela, of course, box office. I will say
it grossed $235 million, which is fine for a budget.
Yeah.
A budget of $25 million.
Hell yeah.
That's great. But like, what are we gonna celebrate a movie where a studio only invested $25 million when studios are investing $100 millions for some of these other projects?
Well, if it's a movie
like
about
Viola.
mathematics and astronauts, I wouldn't expect too big of. I mean, but point taken. I guess if you're looking for a major action film budget, around those type of characters, there aren't too many examples to go off of.
Christopher Nolan isn't an actor, but you put his name on something, you're entitled to money. That's it.
James
He's
Cameron,
got a star cast right now
James
for his
Cameron,
new movie.
Ridley Scott, whatever Ridley Scott is attached to, is going to have a pretty lengthy budget.
You got high hopes for Gladiator, then?
Yes, I do.
Predict.
You don't think Gladiator 2 is about to pop?
I do. I said I have high hopes for it.
And I don't.
No, you don't. That's why I was asking. Chill. You don't. Why so? I think that's going to.
But okay, make your projection then.
I don't know. I just think that the film is definitely going.
You talking overall, like where it's going to end or opening? What are we talking?
Overall.
800 million.
That's not happening.
That's steep.
That's a lot. 800. Yeah, I'm looking at 500 million.
And I know that these are just early reviews from people that have gotten to see it early, but some people that have seen it are saying that it was better than Dune 2.
Now, okay, no, we can fight.
Early reactions.
You know what? I wouldn't be mad. Gladiator is one of my favorite movies of all time. So if it was better than Dune 2, then I mean, shit, that's one of the best movies of the year. Yeah, it's one of the best movies of the year.
Yeah, it's a tall order.
But I mean, what else is coming out here in the next
Nothing.
couple of weeks that's going to knock it out too? That's another thing we got to look at. Like,
everybody's going to be doing what Michael Nemo
is
doing.
Wicked out right now?
It's out right now. You guys can check out Cross on Amazon. Oh, yeah, awesome show.
That's T'Challa.
T'Challa.
Is Wicked out now in theaters?
I don't think that Gladiator 2 is going to have a problem competing with Wicked.
I don't know, brother.
Completely different audiences.
Completely different
audiences. It's not going to have a time.
It's
not going to have that riff.
But though, you got to remember there's a high anticipation for this Wicked film.
One more week.
We'll see. Wicked comes out in another week.
Well, Andrew is very true on that. Mufasa's definitely making money.
See, I'm not worried about Wicked or Moana 2 because that's not the same audience. See, like when I go out with date night with mom, yeah, we probably going to see Gladiator 2. Now, family night, okay, we'll probably go see Moana 2 or maybe Wicked. You know, you will see one of those two films, but we're not deciding between Wicked and Gladiator 2. Like that's not a thing that's happening.
Oh yeah,
we're either
no.
going to see the family movie or we're going to see Gladiator. So those films aren't necessarily, they shouldn't compete unless Wicked overperforms, right? And then it becomes kind of like you got to go see Wicked kind of thing with your family. But that shouldn't run into it at all. It should have a nice clean runway. If there's not another action adult film in its way coming out here in the next couple of weeks.
There isn't. I see Brother Stark said Craven. Brother,
Yeah, no. As much as I want that movie to perform well, I don't think that's the one.
Aaron Taylor Johnson just got hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray.
What part of the country you in, Steve? I see a lot more gladiators. Actually, the most production I have seen from Wicked has been Cynthia Erivo cussing out the people about the posters. Okay,
I saw her have a great interaction. She was being interviewed by another former theatrical play person. What do you call it?
Did you? No, I'm saying I literally haven't seen the trailer for Wicked. I seen it like 2 times.
Knows 30 knows 357 said Craven's the tax write-off. It's definitely that.
Hey man, don't come at Taylor Johnson like that, man. Don't come at him like that. Craven is gonna surprise y'all. Watch. It's gonna
Man,
surprise y'all.
I just want to see Rhino, and let me know if he talks.
Is it gonna be Paul Giamatti?
No, it's
That would be a very, very Sony thing of them to do, to take the Amazing Spider-Man Rhino and somehow work him into this.
Have you not watched the trailers? You don't like watching them, right? You like to stay surprised,
I've seen the
right?
first one. Yeah, I've seen like the very
Okay,
first
so you
one.
haven't seen it. Okay, I won't spoil it for you.
I just saw the trailers from the D23 Brazil of Thunderbolts. I saw it for Captain America: Brave New World, and my reactions are not coming out because I'm on an embargo until they do something.
I was about to say, y'all can go ahead and talk about that shit, and I will go use the bathroom.
No reactions coming from me. I'm sorry. It happened. It's but not.
Yeah, no, they did. I didn't honestly, and this will be the last thing I say about it. It didn't even generate enough energy online to warrant a response, in my opinion. So, embargo or no embargo, I don't even think we would have been talking about them, to be honest.
There's nothing to talk about other than the fact that they are reshooting again. That's it.
I did hear Giancarlo saying that, yeah, I can't wait to get back in that suit. You mean they shooting again?
Again.
That film, they're not going to be able to work their way out of reshoots. Like, even if this film overperforms and they start flirting with a Billy, they're going to have to go get a Billy 5 to make up for everything that they've had to redo on top of the original budget, on top of the marketing. This thing is getting bloated.
Since we're there, are we on Julius Onah now? Because where has he been? He's not been. I haven't seen him on.
He got Nate Mord.
Yeah, he didn't come out on stage. He didn't say nothing. Like, they have not said this man's name. I don't even remember last time I said this man's name. Oh, they released that picture of him when they released those first few pictures in that magazine of him like pointing at the script, talking to Mackie. And that's the picture that's going to be on the back of the carton, the milk carton. Have you seen this man?
And right next to the picture of Scott Derrickson, have you seen him?
So
they did the same thing with the Doctor
of Brave New World. Is that what's going on?
Yes.
Was or is? Is he? Or was he?
I was asking.
I know he was. I don't know if he still is.
Of Brave New World?
Brave New World.
We don't know because they're still deciding how they're going to do it.
I'm telling you, the reason we're seeing so many different reshoots, and the reason that second trailer was so much better than that first teaser, and I understand that first one was a teaser, so much, this still didn't move no needles, but so much better, was simply because the Russos are sitting in the chairs. The Russos are now credited producers on this. The Russos are probably in there saying, nix this, nix that, add this, add that, reshoot this, reshoot that. We got to jazz this shit up. I don't care how much they reshoot it. It's still going to be a dud. I mean, it's that whole lipstick pig conversation. And I hate that do I hate that for Mackie? I hate that. I support Mackie as a black brother. I do. I do. I support
you think
him.
Anthony Mackie is the leading character? You think he's the leading man?
No. No. They had to go get too many side working pieces for him to be the main character. Remember at one point this film had She-Hulk, Bruce, Moon Knight.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. No.
Well, we know what happened with Hulk. Mark Ruffalo made a little bit too many statements about a part of a world, and they were like, "No, we're gonna get Sabra in here instead." Just saying.
She's not in it no more either.
Nah, I
She's
saw her in the
X'd.
trailer.
She's in it, but that's not her. She's got a completely different name. They have nixed that character and everything all together.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it'll make a difference.
Is the Israeli soldier character the same?
Yes.
I don't. Is it?
New name. She'll be a new name. She'll be Russian spy. But it's her.
Oh, gotcha.
The problem they probably shot 2 full separate movies at this point. Brave New World Part 2 is coming out Christmas. They couldn't do that. That would be cool.
Hey, now that'd be crazy though. That would be crazy if they hit you with Part 2 coming in the credits or something like that, and then hit you like 6 months, 7 months later with bow. Now that would be impressive. Now, but
can you imagine?
What are we talking about?
Imagine if they shoot 3 Avengers movies while they tell us they're filming only 2. They could they could have like a third director on. I should say third director, but an additional director who's doing the other movie, because all the casts are going to be there, and you can't film everyone every day. So like, if you could just, we're secretly shooting another movie, and then that would be called Avengers Secret Wars. We'd see that at the end of the second movie. Oh, Avengers Secret Wars coming out 6 months from now. Everyone would go, wait. There's another Avengers, and it's called Secret Wars? You only told us there was going to be Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Kang Dynasty. That would be crazy, and they have the pull to do that. Here we are talking about that instead of Julius Onah. But Julius Onah's firing is just another, like, on the list of treating black talent like they're not white talent. Straight up. It's just another one where I go, what's the reason for this time?
Yeah. I don't know that Onah should have been attached.
You sought him out, early. You got him. I think he was like the second choice, actually. But Malcolm Spellman is still the writer of that movie, and he was the guy from Falcon Winter Soldier. Salute to that, and he still got his job. But I have to ask, like, what didn't work with this director? Why was Nia DaCosta being dragged in the mud by Variety, which is basically an extension of you guys? They're your promotional wing. Why did another director have to take this, And there's a reason why we just found out about it now. Because they know exactly what it looks like, and they're like, the T'Challa thing, the Blade thing, everyone's upset, or not everyone, but that community is upset. We got to keep this Julia Ono stuff on the DL. We'll make sure that the news hits after the trailer, just so that everyone's still talking about the trailer. You get it?
They probably gave him the Bo DeMaio treatment. Shut your mouth, stay quiet, don't say anything about the project. We'll let you keep your credits. And Julius Ono just doesn't get down on OnlyFans like Bo.
Maybe I don't know that Julius should have been attached from the beginning. We're talking. I said this from the beginning. This is the brother that did Cloverfield Paradox.
Yeah.
And wasn't that a trailer wasn't that something that was supposed to go to theaters? And then they said
it was a Netflix joint that they did.
They switched it to Netflix. Yeah, and it didn't do too hot. And I'm looking at his resume.
No, his resume was small because they can control these guys. They don't look for that top tier guy. They want people they can tell yes and no to. You're making our movie. You fit here.
Oh yeah, that's why what's his name? The original
John
Doctor
Watts?
Strange director left.
Oh, Scott Derrickson. Michael Nemo hits us with another $5 super.
Appreciate it, Michael Nemo.
So someone at Disney saw Luce and Cloverfield Paradox and said, we gotta get our hands on this director.
He wrote Luce? He did Luce? Hey, yo, I hate Luce. I hate that movie. I hate that kid. He annoys me so much. I hate that
in this dude.
Mm-hmm.
He's a fucking terror. He's terrible. I didn't know he did that.
You know what else is interesting? A lot of times, they go and they reach out for director A because they'll match skin tone, basically. You gotta get the guy from the community. I get it. I understand. I'm not big on the FBA stuff. I think that is that is being used too much to divide. But in this case, you don't get a Nigerian director in Julius Onah. You should actually be getting a foundational Black American to be directing this movie where a black man is wearing the stars and stripes, and that's where they missed out. They just
they're not even thinking about that. That's the thing. They're not thinking. Yeah, they're not thinking about that shit. And all the stuff that they've had to change in this movie because of the political stuff, like they're not. That your angle is the right angle. Let's get a black man in here. I mean, that would be my thinking, even if you were to do an Adam Bashir film, especially with that backstory, that story. So yeah, bring a director in here that, not a foreigner. Have somebody that knows that the stars and stripes, been here on the ground, knows the stuff about being black in America. It would make sense, but they're not thinking about that. And that's why they brought the Russos in, because the Russos are their save all, fix all.
Totally. Again, I wish him success.
That's crazy. That is insane.
That's true.
Got the Black American director doing the African stuff. Got the African director doing the Black American stuff. Yeah. So just to touch on something that you said a minute ago, that's kind of the reason why that delineation is needed, right? Is because to certain folks, black is black, and we'll just throw black on black, and it should work, right? So.
There's a reason for it. I didn't say don't take my word.
No. I'm getting ready to throw you some rope here.
All right.
Not necessarily the engagement online or the architect of that label, FBA, Mr. Nasheed or whatever. Not connecting ourselves to that rhetoric or that individual necessarily, but the delineation itself of American-born black people.
Yeah, sometimes there's a reason to bring up the difference, and this is one of the reasons. But I find it's way too often misused. That was the only.
Well, that the internet's going to internet, and then bad actors are going to do things with it that they shouldn't. But I digress.
We digress. Next topic is Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson.
Oh my God.
On Netflix coming up. I think it's tomorrow. When is it? It's pretty soon.
It's tomorrow night.
Vegas.
Netflix. I'm not even a boxing fan, and I can't wait to see this. There are certain fights I watch. This is one of those certain fights I'm watching. I cannot wait to see this, and I hope I'm weird though. I hope it's not hope there's no money involved. No, as far as you say this, I say that, I hope not. I really do. I feel that way, but I hope not, because I want Mike Tyson to knock him the fuck out. I cannot stand the Paul brothers, not just Jake, both of them. And I hope, the slap he gave him today, was it real? I don't know. I don't know, but I hope it was. I hope it was. I hope Mike knocks him the fuck out. I really do.
Yeah. Something tells me about the way that these fights are set up that there's always a slant that favors the Pauls. Because, the thing you have to remind yourself is that these were grown men that got into boxing, in their adult lives. They weren't amateur fighters since they were 13, 14, 15 years old. They didn't do Junior Olympics. These are grown men with money who hired trainers to make them boxers. And then compare it to this man, an absolute killer, a monster. He wants to eat your children. You know what I'm saying? I can't imagine Mike Tyson entering into any agreement that would allow them to have an upper hand on him in this setting. I just don't see it. So I think this is going to be the payday, obviously, that he was looking for, being in it, Mr. Paul. But it can't be the match he was looking for. There's no way. I just don't see it.
No.
I think this is pro wrestling right here. We got to make attention at the press conference. To get this publicity.
He's definitely taking something off this slap. You don't bend your hand back this way if you want to leave an impact.
Marcus, just the fact that it's a slap and not a real punch It's proof. Like if he really was trying to hurt him and he really snapped, Mike Tyson knows the best thing he can do.
Oh, he knows what to do. He knows what to do.
So they said we're gonna do a thing where you slap me and it'll generate attention. But as a fan of pro wrestling, I'm a fan of this. Yeah, get attention. Do your thing, guys. Mark it. This is fine. A slap, it doesn't affect his fighting ability tomorrow. It won't affect him in 3 minutes. It's just a slap.
But his mentality, like, oh yeah, come on, slap me in the promo. Like, what you thinking you need to get Mike Tyson going like that? Like, you're not in the right mental, bro. Like you're not here. You are not here. Oh no. Mm-mm. Like that.
Wait. You can read
it. We're not
it
repping that. We're not doing that here. But yeah, no. I if this fight goes any longer than the 5th round, I'm gonna start getting nervous. I'm gonna start thinking that the fix is in.
The Floyd Mayweather fight, there was a portion where Logan Paul seemed like he was knocked loopy.
But we knew that, though. You could see him clearly knock that boy out and hold him up. Like you saw it. They had to go to an aerial shot because it was too obvious from the floor shot. He clearly held him up so he can keep the fight going. Now, if that happened, I'll leave it alone.
Yeah, that agreement was, listen, Floyd, I know you're Floyd. I know you're not going to take the L. Can you let me go the distance, please?
Yeah,
Fine,
there you go. So if I see him knock Paul down and he like, hey, whoa, come on now, we got 5 more rounds. I'll be like, all right, cool, I get it. But if Tyson hasn't sufficiently beaten this man up within 5 rounds, I'm gonna be like, hey, listen, I don't know what kind of money or what they put in the weed for Tyson before this fight, but the fix is in.
Bro, Jake Paul was your bully in high school. That explains everything.
I'm about to log this man out the account. I'm about to log him out the account. I don't think we're the same age either. I think I'm older than Jake Paul.
How old is Jake Paul?
I don't know. Let's look it up.
Why are you turning your back on our fellow YouTuber?
I don't associate with him like that.
I'm rooting for Mike Tyson. No, I'm playing. It is Mike Tyson 100% of the way. I hope it's a real fight. I want to see the knockout in the first round. It's on Netflix. There's really nothing that they've got to. It's on Netflix. Everyone's watching.
Damn, in the first round, if he doing like that, it's gonna be embarrassing. Man, This boy was born in 1997. Yeah, no, we did not go to school together. Or you will?
Okay. Well, I don't know how old you are, and I'm not asking you.
He's 27.
He's 27. Physical prime of his life.
So maybe he could have been a freshman when I was. First of all, he's not from Columbus. Why am I doing this? Why am I playing this game?
The script has Jake winning. Mike is too old, in my opinion. I hope it was. I swear that slap hurt. It hurt. It's real. He really slapped him. I just mean there's no injury that comes from a slap.
No. I'm watching it over and over right now. He slaps the shit out of him.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, we watched him fight Roy Jones Jr., right? And again, that's another old guy, but like I think Roy Jones Jr. at this age is a better fighter than Jake Paul. And he had that man about to use the bathroom on himself after the fight. So I don't see how this fight is even competitive if it's real. So that's going to be the real telltale sign for me. Like, how far are we actually letting this go? Did you actually sign up for a real fight versus Mike Tyson, or did you put some stipulations in there? Don't knock me out within the first 3 rounds. No headshots at certain points of the fight.
Oh, you know what I mean? Actually be a stipulation. I'll look out for that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to show, because again, it's a killer versus an actor, essentially. A YouTuber. So let's just, let's see how it goes.
Yeah.
I prefer Chris and Cliff Paul myself. Oh my.
Yeah, he's gonna get knocked. I hope. Like I said, I don't even pay attention to boxing, but this is one of those.
This is about time
that I'm watching.
Now he could play this up, right? Because he's been knocking everybody out. He's kind of built himself up. He's got a little bit of lure with his fan base. Now, if he goes down, what's bigger than a fight with Tyson? A rematch with Tyson. And Mike could jump in anytime. He's ready to go. He don't care. He's gonna keep fighting until he can't fight no more. So,
hey, did you see this on the side? They said this is the real reason Mike Tyson was left. Look at this shit.
Oh, he stepped on his foot.
Yeah, that's believable. Right there.
Yeah, he did step on his foot.
Bow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whoever's got tickets to that match tomorrow night in Vegas,
live it up.
And the undercard has real fighters. It's crazy how much like this is a real sporting event until the end.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. There's an undercard and everything, like I said.
Yeah, I'm ready for it. I will be tuned in. I will be tuned in.
We still going to talk about your favorite space girl?
Ray Palpatine.
Zoom, zoom, zoom. Boom, boom. Yeah, Ray No Name Palpatine. She's getting another trilogy, y'all.
You want to read an article or you just want to talk about it because it doesn't deserve
pop it up. Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's open up an article. Where Deadline, Variety, who we got?
It's got to be all over. Type in Ray Palpatine.
Yeah. She is getting that trilogy.
Oh, you think it's a thing? It's a done deal for sure. There is.
Oh, I think so. I think she's getting that trilogy, and this is going to be Kathy's her sayonara. This is going to be her clean this up, bitch.
So does this mean
leaving you with Ray? Boom.
If that boy, if that's the case, right? So then that means that the solo film is gone. It's just going to be these 3 films.
I'm thinking so. Unless they still do the solo film. Then in that case, you're getting 4, Ray.
I hope they at least do the Mando film first. I hope they get that out so that Favreau can get the hell away from this studio and then just let them wither and die. You know what I mean? Like everything pointed to her getting like the keys snatched away from her, Kathleen Kennedy, I mean. And then here we are. Here we are with this.
Yeah. She's like
it's like a weed.
Yeah, she can't die.
It's not enough Roundup in the world. You know, they actually called her the closest thing, or they called her the Obi-Wan Kenobi. They said she's the most valuable cinematic character they have.
Yes, they said, and I think that is one of the reasons why I didn't bring up Ray. I let Marcus brought up Ray. I didn't bring up Ray. We could have ended the stream and not even talked about Ray. Not talk about Lucasfilm. Talk about Kathleen. Talk about none of that shit. I think it's at that moment, and I've stopped taking this company seriously a long time ago. But I think it was at that line that I really, really said, "Oh, they're just really not serious."
Fucking serious. This is a source close to Lucasfilm. Like he got to be the janitor. He has to be. He kind of be just in the office cleaning shit up.
and just saying shit he's heard.
Ain't no goddamn way. Yo, like Iger, are you? I think Iger's about to sell this shit. I think he's about to sell it, wash his hands of it, move into politics or something like that, like Michael Bloomberg, because this is just not. These are not giving signs of, oh, I'm turning Disney around. It's just not. He fought off Nelson Peltz and Ike Perlmutter so that he didn't get power seized away from him. Yeah. But he is not making forward moves that are righting the ship. He promised a lot of that around investor days and while he was fighting the proxy war. He made a lot of promises. Oh, we're getting back to the boys and the big brands. Oh, we're going to be silently
over quantity.
Yeah, quality over quantity. We're going to silently be canceling a lot of projects. And maybe some of that has happened. A little bit of it has happened. But the vast majority of it, the strong-handedness, we felt was going to happen over these. No. And honestly, Kathleen seems to be running a little bit more wild than even Kevin is at this point. It seemed like Kevin got the worst whooping of it all, and Kathleen is just out here doing whatever she wants. I don't.
Oh, yeah.
Who told you that Rey Palpatine was the best way to take this franchise going forward, even though the one before it? How does that even make sense to anyone in that office?
Whoever said that she's the most viable character hates Star Wars.
Dog, they called her Obi-Wan Kenobi. They called her Obi-Wan Kenobi. How is she Obi-Wan Kenobi?
There's no way in fuck she's the most viable character. If I'm a kid with an action figure chest, she's not even my most viable figure. Like there's no like
doesn't sell merchandise. People don't stream the movies on Disney Plus. The audience diminished movie over like there's just no evidence to that. If you're saying that, you're just saying it. Literally,
you're just saying it. You're just saying it. Like there's out of all the characters, again, I stopped taking the company seriously a long time ago. But it was at that line that I said, I promise you, I didn't even finish the article. It was at that line. I just said, there's no way. There's no way that this is your most viable character, Rey.
I don't even. So how are they even gonna? So okay. So they had James Mangold. That was the millennia in the past, started the Jedi Order thing. We had the Mando film, and then Rey. Right
here, I can show you this.
How are we? Do we got to get through all of that to get to this trilogy? Because if that's the case, I feel safe. I feel good. This is basically the Rian Johnson trilogy.
So they have the Simon Kinberg Star Wars trilogy. Then they've got the Mando Grogu. They got the New Jedi Order that stars Daisy Ridley. The New Jedi Order stars Daisy Ridley, now searching for its fourth writer, was expected to release December 2026. So this is not a part of that trilogy. So that's still her solo film. Then they've got the James Mangold Dawn of the Jedi, and I'm sure Daisy will probably pop in that shit too as a light little cameo. Hey, I'm just letting you know I'm still here. I know this is way before me, but I'm here.
Movies? Are they out of their mind?
Yes.
I'm telling you.
Dune is going to smash this shit, fam. It's going to destroy this shit. They are brain dead.
Hold on, but they're not done. They're not done. They're not done.
Look at this trash.
They're doing a 4Y Lando movie. I don't know why we're getting. I don't. No, and then they're doing the Dave Filoni. Okay, that one we'll see what that's going to be. Taika Waititi, I'm pretty sure that shit's dead. I don't know why that's up. I'm pretty sure that's dead.
Yeah, Lando's dead. Rogue Squadron.
Patty Jenkins is dead.
But at the bottom, no, that one's dead. Yeah, Rogue Squadron's dead. At the bottom here,
trilogy.
That's going to be Kathleen's. Now I'm gone. After she does that,
she's not.
I'm telling you.
She's not getting two more trilogies. No, the fuck she's not.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
No,
she is going to.
She's about to be 80 years old. She is not getting two trilogies. It's not.
She
no.
is going to leave Lucasfilm with Rian Johnson after that trilogy.
A Manchurian Candidate. This is not happening. I'm not allowing this to happen. No, absolutely not.
Telling you.
It's pretty laughable.
Yeah.
Not even worth talking about, Darius. Like, yeah, okay, cool. Is that right? Daisy Ridley is that important? Cool.
So I'm gonna make movies. Before I'm gone, I'm gonna make 4 Rey films, and Rian Johnson's gonna get a trilogy. Yeah, okay.
All right. Let Rian Johnson tell it. He swears they've had conversations. He's still in the sandbox.
Okay. All right. Well, you know what? I think after talking this out with y'all, I feel much better. Because none of this shit is actually happening. It can't. They can't.
That's
be doing
all Lucasfilm does.
Okay. So even if I give them a little bit of bail and I say the Rian Johnson shit's dead, Rogue Squadron's dead, Lando and Taika Waititi all dead. How can you do Mando and Grogu, which has
Sean
to be
Levy.
You have to. Damn, whatever the hell this source said. Somebody who counts the money at Lucasfilm is going to implore them to put Mando for. It's the only thing that makes sense.
Yep.
Okay, that has to come out within the next 5 years. So then you're going to do that, a Rey movie, and start a new trilogy at the same time. When has Lucasfilm ever in their history under Kathleen Kennedy moved that efficiently?
No, but you don't understand. It
They
is
haven't.
efficient. Rey, who's going to appear in several upcoming Star Wars films, she's the most valuable cinematic asset.
She will literally tank any momentum you have going with Grogu the minute that you put her in the film.
Any momentum.
It will immediately tank.
And again, it's not
hate watched Last Jedi.
Hmm.
Cross wands with Rey in the Mandoverse. Go ahead. And see how the remaining remnants of your true Star Wars fans that are following Favreau and Filoni file out.
And see, I just rewatched Tales of the Jedi, just the one episode, just the episode with Dooku. And I love the fact that I can go back and rewatch Star Wars and feel I love it again and not think about this shit. Because for me, this shit just is not, I don't have to think about it. It's neither here, out of sight, out of mind. Like Rey to me, yeah. I mean, if they think that Rey Palpatine Skywalker is the most viable character that they have over at Lucasfilm right now, hey, they like it. I love it. If Rey's the way out.
No, I hate it. If they like it, I hate it.
We got a comment here from Michael Nemo. KK has to have a female legacy.
Oh, because the Force is female. That's what she said.
I think I've talked about this on here before. She does herself a disservice by pushing that narrative that, now the Force is female. You've always been here, Kathleen. Swing your dick. Like, be the big girl in the room. Be the towering figure that George attempted to make you in this business. But you spent all this time belly aching and making it seem like females have never been anything in Star Wars. You have been feeding that narrative. No one else came into this like that, thinking like that. No one else but you, the president of Lucasfilm, the female president of Lucasfilm.
For a decade.
Like, what the fudge?
Michael Nemo also with $5 earlier. He said, I will say about Cap 4, the trailer, stylistically awesome. They split screens. Let me stop you right there. That is a black-led film that they said, all right, it's not too black because, it's 50% white also. So there was some imagery going on there of the racial variety. All right, the split screens, the sound design. Marvel never shows any real artistry in filmmaking, in my opinion. Hey, call it artistry, call it original, call it all those reasons. I still see it for what it is. I analyzed the poster also where he's not in the center of it. I know what's happening here. Like, we can say it's fancy. Like, like Jaws. Jaws, you didn't see the shark that much because they had a great reason why. But then because it was so mystical and like the style that they gave us, the movie where we barely ever saw the shark, it added to the mysticism. It added to it and helped. So this is another, they split the screens, the sound design, and the emphasis on all these other aspects is because it's a black-led film with Anthony Mackie. I know that's not what you're looking for, Michael, but there. So no, it was not an awesome trailer. It was all right. It was decent.
Drew made a good point. He said, never lose faith. Clone Wars has totally redeemed the prequels. That's true. Clone Wars did redeem. But see, as a person who grew up on the prequels, I've never thought the prequels sucked. I've always loved the prequels.
And the Rey saga has different problems than the prequels, right? The prequels, it was in a very weird stage for special effects CGI, right? So it was, a lot of that is kind of on its back. And then you're right, Clone Wars added a lot of context to stuff that we saw in the prequels.
Yes.
So it continued to build on that story. That's not the problem.
And things you can build on in the future, like Mandalorian.
Exactly. That's not Rey's problem. It's not that it's not a fertile ground to build things off of. Its central figure is not popular. That's the problem. You built that character flawed. In Force Awakens, and I never really saw it this way because that was one of the only newer age Star Wars films that I like. But even in Force Awakens, how she was able to beat Kylo Ren or even stand up to Kylo Ren. But Kylo Ren was one of the most fearsome Sith in the universe at the time. So it just really never lined up from its inception. And then she continued to gain power while not even really trained.
Crazy power.
She meets up with Luke and she's almost as powerful as he is. And she's trained with nobody at that point. She flies the Millennium Falcon as good as Han Solo, and no one's ever taught her. It's like she's walking into these situations. She's immediately powerful, immediately chosen. She doesn't walk into anything. Luke has to go fucking train in a swamp blindfolded with Yoda to get even half of the way that Rey was. It was just kind of, they built her
hand, got beat up by
man, it was all kind of strife. He walks out and sees his parents burned before he starts his journey. Like she just kind of slides into these situations, and it was too easy. So
too easy. Episode 7. Before she even knew what the Force, at that point, she didn't even have a grasping concept of what the Force was. She was able to manipulate a stormtrooper and tell him to unlock her from the chains. Like,
how would she even know to ask him to do that? Like, how does she know he got a lock on his mind? How does she know that she's using the Force? She's never even spoken to another Jedi at that point. How does she know any of this?
Guys, and that's why she's wrong screen. And that's why she's a critical cinematic asset. Because she can do these things. No explanation provided. She's a screenwriter's dream. She is a dyad, a triad, and she can get it done. Rey. Palpatine. I'm over it. Don't care. I prefer Tartakovsky's Clone Wars. Shout out to that. Both
are a good one. I love them. Both. That's still canon though. All that shit is still canon. That Tartakovsky's Clone Wars, it's canon. Some events of it are canon. Like Grievous, the whole I have a 6-hour cut of Revenge of the Sith that has Tartakovsky's in it. So it goes from animation to, and it also has the Clone Wars season 7 in it. Like, it's pretty dope. I didn't make it. Somebody else made it. It's pretty fucking dope. So it gives you like the full, hell yeah. It gives you the, hell yeah. It gives the very first time. It gives you the full story of how it actually all went down.
Including Kanan Jarrus's blue lightsaber, right? Or is it green? Well, I forget which one, but one of his master in the comic, it was a blue lightsaber, and then in the show, it was green.
Yeah.
What's his master's name? What's her name?
Depa Billaba.
Put up NGO 20357. I got you. This is it right here, man. Buffy, Xena, shows like Charmed. Like they went through struggles. They had to fight their way out of stuff. They lost. They got damaged. They got scarred. People died. They had pitfalls. Rey just seemed to like. What's the trope? It's a name. It's like
Mary Sue?
There it is, Mary Sue. I was going to say Lindy Sue. Mary Sue. That it just, she's a perfect example of that.
Yeah, I hate saying it though, because when you say it, you're one of those guys. Hey, Mary Sue, huh?
It's a trope. It's a thing. It's just like any other storytelling trope. But if you're doing it, you're doing it. Like you have to disprove me from the point. You don't just name call.
It's the first time I heard it was when Rey happened. Max Landis went on his YouTube channel. He's like, "This is a Mary Sue character." The kid, and I said, "Okay, I'm listening." I wasn't into that manosphere, and it was 2016, right? It was 2015. I wasn't thinking about the things we think about today politically.
Yeah, sure.
And I just said, "Sure, yeah, okay, that's a Mary Sue character." Understood. I still liked the movie, and here we are.
No gender war stuff. I'm literally just talking storytelling. Like, she had no strife. She had no pitfalls. It's a telltale character or telltale sign of a Mary Sue.
Yeah, go see it for yourself, everyone. Max Landis. I think his channel is called Up to My Knees, and he talked about it. Now, Steve has a stupid joke, and he's a member, so I have to click on it. Imagine how powerful she'd be if she was properly trained. Star killer. I'll see myself out. Don't give him it. Don't laugh.
That shit did kind of piss me off when she had the Palpatine lightning just randomly shoot out of her hand. I'm like, oh, so y'all really going there? Like y'all really taking it all the way back to? Oh God. Gary Stews, is this too many misogynistic?
Yeah.
I mean, it's the truth.
Yeah.
I just saw this. This is not Star Wars related. They said that for Ironheart, Riri Williams will have a Tony Stark sized ego. So it's going to be the comparisons to Tony Stark.
Oh, read the next part too. Did you get that from the Discussing Film post? What kind of show is it going to be, Darius?
It's a crime show in
a
way
the crime
Marvel
show.
has
How
not
original.
done before.
How original.
They said in a way that Marvel has not done before.
I bet. Yeah,
see, guys, they saved the. We associate superheroes and crime fighting together, right? But because you're black, we're valued here. We're gonna get creative. We're gonna give you the black crime,
drugs, guns, money, like you've never seen on Disney.
This is it. This is pure care. We love you guys. We don't do this for the white superheroes. We save these stories for you. You're such a valued. Your skin tone here and crime, we're going to put them together like they've never been put together before. It's just, we love you.
They're telling a show about a black teenager who got into MIT and built herself an Iron Man suit, and they want to make it a crime show. That should tell you everything that you need to know about how they view you.
No, just consistent with her character. I mean, not comic wise, but consistent with her movie character, where she was doing everyone's school essays and doing all their work and getting paid for it and cheating the system and being a person. I
don't necessarily associate that with crime. Most people cheat in college. I think that they are taking this decidedly of an angle of a crime show for a character like Riri Williams, whose main sticking point, her sharpest tool is her intellect. Should tell you everything that you need to know about how they feel about black characters over there. There's just no reason to take that angle at all.
There's no comic book precedence of this.
No.
Don't you guys feel honored though? I don't get it. Oh, actually, let me not do that. Let me not do the fake.
I'm about to say, you better put the hat on, Kevin.
Yeah, I don't have the hat next to me. But like, it's embarrassing and it's telling. Like, you guys don't understand representation at all. You're dropping the ball. I'm gonna start thinking it's intentional, Kevin Feige, if you continue doing this. The recast isn't the only problem, but when you couple it with all of these other issues we're taking, like noticing that Ironheart is gonna be a criminal or she's gonna be down with the criminals for the sake of storytelling or whatever the reason is.
Like, Jesus Christ, are y'all even trying? Are y'all trying?
A superhero
this feels like microaggressions. This feels like y'all doing this shit on purpose now at this point.
And it's also maybe they can't envision it any other way. Like every other time they see black on screen, they go,
black people, drugs, criminality. Yeah, man, peanut butter jelly.
We haven't done that in all of our other shows. They're all obeying the law. We've had guys in the past, like Ant-Man, he was a criminal, and then we see him do his thing for his daughter. This one will be criminal. And I don't want to hear
the criminals is funny.
I don't want to hear in episode 6 she turns good. I've still watched a trailer. I still watched every episode as she was going down the dark path, and I'm consuming utter trash. We're not complaining for nothing. Like me, Marcus, Darius, others, we're noticing this and we're like amplifying. We're only showing them what you guys are putting out, and we're calling it out. The poster stuff.
Like Kate Bishop was a thief too, right? She was a little thief, but then Kate Bishop got to go back to her very wealthy home and her private school and live her very posh, privileged life, right? And that wasn't necessarily her reality. She just did that shit for fun.
So let's see Riri Williams.
Riri Williams needs it. I bet. Yeah.
Comic book Riri lives in a 2-story home with a garage. Let's see where she lives in this. She'll be in an apartment with 1 bedroom.
It's gonna be a studio. It's a studio apartment.
Yeah.
It's the studio apartment. You see, Jennifer. Okay, so with Jennifer Kale being black, and I guess are going to be a part of the Midnight Sun. So the Midnight that instantly confirmed to me the Midnight Suns is not going to be spooky or scary at all because Jennifer Kale in the MCU is not spooky nor scary, but she is black because they race swapped her. And with her being cousins with Johnny Blaze, and they're saying that she is going to introduce her cousin into the MCU.
They about to race swap Johnny Blaze.
I'm asking, is Johnny going to be black?
I like.
Johnny's gonna be black.
More black representation, right? Because he's gonna have a black, or excuse me, he's gonna have a flaming skull as a face for 90% of his screen time.
You're gonna be Jamario Blaze.
They better not
why they
make
call him
Johnny
Blaze.
Jamario Blaze.
No, I like Jen and Agatha. I'm just saying, with her being black, are we getting a black Johnny? That is Johnny's cousin.
Who knows, man?
They'll figure it out. A flaming skeleton. What else for the Ironheart? What else did you see about it?
Oh, just that the suit is practical. It's a practical suit that she's in the show.
TV show budget, sure.
Yeah.
See what it evolves into its final form. I know what I saw in the brief looks that we got to this point. It's not really all that impressive, so see what the final suit ends up looking like, I guess. Or not. Because maybe I'll just tune out to MCU power. I'm just really not into it. I thought I was going to be, placing my eyes on a hyper intellectual black young female who builds herself a super suit, but it seems like we're going to be drug dealing and shit. So I'm all right.
I don't think the Midnight Suns is going to be spooky like that. Unless Jennifer takes a turn from the personality she had in Agatha, because I didn't dislike her in Agatha at all. She was just.
Who are the Midnight Suns even going to be?
I'm telling you, the Midnight Suns are not going to be spooky. I don't think like that.
Who they got?
You'll have Man Thing. You'll have Werewolf by Night. Blade. Kid Harington, a Black Knight.
Black Knight.
I've thought maybe Agatha, but since she's dead, I guess not Agatha. It's going to be Jennifer Kale. Likely Johnny Blaze with Jennifer Kale.
Not again?
Spoiler alert.
I was about to say, shit, damn. This just came back and died in the season.
Scarlet Witch is dead too.
Okay.
And then I guess with Jennifer introducing Johnny. And outside of that, I'm not too sure.
Yeah, that sucks.
Maybe Moon Knight.
I'm not gonna lie to you. That sucks. Blade isn't even established. That's not gonna be established in probably.
Oh, the latest thing from Alex was that we're gonna see Blade in the Midnight Suns, and the Midnight Suns is
first before his film.
I'm assuming that's what he was saying first, and that he is going to be be teaching the Black Knight how to wield the ebony blade.
Yeah, no, it just doesn't work, bro. Like, so he's going to be introduced as somebody else's mentor again. So basically, giving him the Sam Wilson arc. You're going to make him be part of somebody else's story, and then try to cartel that into him being a leading man.
That's right.
I would leave this project high and dry if I was Mahershala Ali. If that's how it's going to play out. If I have to be introduced in somebody else's project before I get my own, I give that to somebody else. Let somebody else do that.
He's had a reason to leave a long time, and he's not doing it, and he's not quitting.
You're right.
So I salute him for that.
I mean, that's fine. I would have walked a while ago because it seems like the further and further we get down this line, the closer and closer he is to being Rhodey instead of Iron Man, instead of Tony Stark. He's closer to being Sam than he is Steve Rogers, and he didn't sign up to be either one of them. So
he's in his right MCU lane.
Okay,
like Ironheart.
Well, yeah, and yeah.
We good?
Yeah. We'll see.
Any other topics that we did not bring up that we talked in the group chat about? No. Jake Paul,
That's
Denzel
a
Washington.
whole lot of patience, dog. Since 2019, we ain't even got a sneak peek, a behind the scenes look, a poster, a teaser trailer. That's a whole lot of patience.
Brad Winderbaum said this.
Ooh.
Oh,
He said if you're a fan of the West Coast Avengers and you know a little bit about Simon Williams, you're going to be very excited to see how much homage they pay and their source material in the show.
That's
okay. Well, from what we saw on the sizzle reel,
what are you talking about? He's black.
He said it's really a love letter to Hollywood.
Yeah, Marcus. Source. The source material.
Not only is he black, he's a black actor playing Simon Williams, playing Wonder Man. What are you talking about? It's an ode to the source material.
You want to hear about Kang?
Wrap it up. No, they're not talking about Kang.
They didn't. Alex over, in his Q&A said, here's what I know about Kang. There isn't really much they want to do with the character at this point in time because of the attachment to Jonathan Majors. But I don't think that they've closed the door on this character just yet. Remember, there are a lot of variants out there, blah, 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 blah. And there's a chance I could bring these characters, blah, 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 blah. Look at Red Skull.
Okay, if we're talking about a Red Skull level appearance from Kang, that doesn't mean shit to me anyways.
Speaking of Jonathan Majors,
without that.
I saw Dre Mack talking about Majors, because there's this rumor from an internet YouTuber who said he broke up with Megan, and then
I saw that.
You saw, and Dre Mack was like, "That's not true." And look out on Sunday. There's going to be some news for Majors, some big news. So look out for that, everybody. Sunday or Monday.
Well, I'm sorry, and I've said this many times. I agree with every scooper. Not in this reality does he come back to the Marvel.
No, not yet. He's got to do well with every movie he's doing right now. So Magazine Dreams has got to perform well, maybe some Oscar nomination, and then he's got to do well with Merciless, which he's shooting in Canada right now.
So nothing about, you didn't hear about the Street Fighter rumors?
That's not confirmed.
No? Okay.
He's going to play Bullrog. You saw that too?
I did see that. I didn't know if it was a done deal or not. So,
I mean, I got the computer right in front of me. Let me check. Sorry about that. Jonathan Majors. No, nothing. The only thing that pops up is the TMZ article with Megan Good and how he's still with her.
Okay. So, not official, but I would love to see it though. I'd love to see something like that. But yeah, no, definitely going to see Magazine Dreams. And Magazine Dreams was the other project he was going to be in?
Oh, Merciless. And hey, Alex Cross on Amazon Prime right now, featuring a recast T'Challa candidate, Aldous Hodge. Check him out.
Facts.
That 45-second clip on Twitter, he exudes T'Challa. I mean, he just is T'Challa. He is T'Challa. I'm telling you, he's my top pick. Then it's Damson. Then it's Yolan Noel. Those are my three. Yolan looks the part, but Yolan really had that Jon Stewart look too.
Like to see him get a shot. I wonder what Damson is or what studios are hesitant about with Damson. Because we've heard his name be, kind of floated around, and now it seems like he's kind of been shuffled to the back, in a couple of instances. I feel like, or not, maybe at least just with Jon Stewart, we don't know what's going to happen with Black Panther. So it's I want to see him actually get a role and not just be up for a role. You know what I mean?
Okay, that's what you mean. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. Like his name is always mentioned, but it's just he doesn't actually get it.
Snowfall is over, isn't it?
Yes, Snowfall's done.
What's next?
Right.
Give it a year. We can afford him just kind of like relaxing.
He could definitely take a break.
Lori Harvey.
I don't know. What? She's probably. I wouldn't count on it. She seems to be a a frequent flyer.
That is the worst thing I ever heard you say.
I mean, I'm just she's not. She's here today, gone tomorrow. So I wouldn't count on it.
All right.
Oh, that's funny. That is funny. Well, guys, Wonder Man's 8 episodes for those of you that are checking it out. 8 episodes of comic accuracy, according to Brad Winderbaum.
You guys didn't catch my joke. Source material, you know that. Yeah, for sure. Source.
The Source
magazine, the Black feature.
Yeah.
Who is this guy? I've never seen him write a comment before in my life, and then in he comes with this.
No disrespect to Dancing Girl, man. He's just, history is very public.
They're not together anymore, are they?
I guess they're not.
That's what he was asking about. He was like, "Are they still together?" I said, "I wouldn't count on it."
No, Damson and Lori Harvey are not together anymore.
For Halloween, I didn't see her in the picture the same way I saw Megan and Jonathan together for Halloween. Let's see. Steve, salute to you. Thank you, JW. Thank you to Queefer Sutherland. And then Michael Nemo with his countless super chats also.
Thank you, Michael.
Appreciate everyone who contributed, including Go to Nose and Raymond and Executive. And you guys all know who you people are. Brother Stark. Salute to Brother Stark and Terrell Austin on Recast Holiday for being really active. And who am I forgetting? Who else? Everyone who was active on Recast Holiday. You guys are amazing people. Thank you very much. Yes. Next Recast Holiday is not happening for months, but when it does, it's going to be big and we're going to be better because we did it again. Like we tried and we accomplished it. That's amazing.
Wonder Man doesn't come out until 2025, Raymond.
In December.
Yes. Yes. And that's all they know about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Follow me at Back of the Bus Podcast. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. We'll be back here next Thursday. Toss it over there. Oh, other way.
Follow me at Chillmonger. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll be back here next Thursday.
I am live on Monday and Wednesday, and then here on Thursday. Talk to you guys then.
Hey, Pantheon viewers, we're the Spoiler Kings. Come check us out because we're live right now.
And we are talking about the new trailers. We're reviewing new movies and breaking down the new TV shows.
So once you're done here, just tune into the Spoiler Kings. Come join in the fun.
Hold up, Spoiler Kings. Look, I'm happy for y'all, and that's cool. But a Pantheon stream ain't over until I say it's over, okay? So on that note, we out.